Before you buy your next car, there's something dealerships pray you never learn, because the moment you think you won the negotiation is usually the exact moment they start making the real money. And what I'm about to show you completely changed how I look at car dealerships forever. One guy negotiated a car down to almost invoice price, thought he outsmarted the entire system, and still got quietly destroyed financially. Another guy walked in with cash, thinking cash gave him power, and somehow paid $2,500 more for the exact same car, same dealership, same week, same model. What happened behind the scenes is one of the biggest psychological games in America, and once you see it, you'll never walk into a dealership the same way again. You think negotiating a car price makes you smart? That's exactly what the dealership wants you to believe. Jake spent 3 months researching his perfect deal. He knew the invoice price, watched negotiation videos, read every Reddit thread, walked into the dealership feeling untouchable. Sticker price, $38,400. After 2 exhausting hours, he got them down to $34,950. The salesman even leaned in and whispered, "Man, we're basically losing money on this." Jake drove home feeling like a genius. He thought he beat the system. He didn't, because while Jake celebrated saving $3,000, the dealership quietly made over $6,000 on him, and the craziest part? Most of the profit came after he thought the deal was over. See, car dealerships don't just make money selling cars. That's the illusion. The real business? Financing. The car is bait. The loan is the product. And hidden underneath every great deal is a giant invisible profit machine most buyers never even notice. Here's what Jake didn't see. That invoice price he fought so hard for, it was never the dealership's real cost. Because behind the scenes, manufacturers quietly send dealerships money after the sale. These are called holdbacks, usually 2 to 3% of the car's sticker price. On Jake's car, that alone was almost $1,000 back to the dealership, and that's before bonuses. Because manufacturers also pay dealerships extra money to move certain cars faster. Sometimes they overproduce inventory. Sometimes sales are slow in certain states. Sometimes dealerships hit secret monthly targets. Every extra car sold pushes them toward huge payouts, which means even when they act desperate during negotiations, they're often chasing profits you can't see. And then comes the most profitable room in the entire building, the finance office. That quiet little room in the back, that's where dealerships print money, and almost every buyer walks in there with their guard completely down, because after hours of negotiating, your brain is exhausted. You just want the keys. That's exactly when the real game begins. The finance manager smiles and says, "Good news, you're approved." Sounds innocent. But here's what's actually happening. The bank approved you at 5%. The dealership quietly bumped it to 7%. That extra 2%? Pure profit. Then the add-ons begin. Extended warranty, wheel protection, paint coating, fabric shield, gap insurance. One by one, they sound small, but stacked together, thousands of dollars. By the time Jake signed the final paperwork, the dealership made more money inside that tiny office than on the actual car itself. Now here's where things get insane. Jake's cousin Ryan walks into the same dealership a week later. Same model, same trim, same month. But Ryan makes one mistake within the first 10 seconds. I'm paying cash. He thought cash gave him power. No debt, no interest, no monthly payments. Smart, right? Wrong. Because dealerships hate cash buyers. Why? Because cash buyers destroy the dealership's biggest profit stream. No loan markup, no lender kickback, no financing commission. So, the dealership simply makes up the difference by holding firmer on the car price itself. That's why Ryan paid almost $2,500 more for the exact same car. And the scary part, dealerships are trained to detect cash buyers immediately. That innocent little form asking cash or finance. Not innocent. It's a filter. They're trying to figure out how profitable you are before negotiations even begin. And once they label you as a cash buyer, your leverage disappears. So what's the smarter move? Pretend to finance. Seriously, negotiate like a financing customer. Get the lower finance buyer price. Then before signing anything, check for two critical things: no prepayment penalty and no loan origination fee. If both are clean, take the loan, drive the car home, and pay it off immediately. You keep the lower negotiated price without paying years of interest. That's the loophole. And once you understand how this system works, you realize something uncomfortable. Most people never beat the dealership. They just win the part of the game the dealership allows them to see. The real profits were hidden the entire time. And now that you know where the money actually moves, the next time you walk into a dealership, you'll finally know who's really negotiating with who.